And that's ball one. Mickey?
I hope he don't hit 4 like Willie did off of me, don't you?
Well, I can't say what I hope. High fly ball going way back deep. It's going, it is going, it is gone over the left field wall for a home run, and Banks is out in front by a score of 1-0.
Here we go again.
Here we go again, Mickey. High pop-up. There's one away. Mickey, I noticed you're wearing a glove on your right hand.
I use that a lot of times to get a better grip on the bat.
I see. You didn't use it against Mays.
No.
Remember, it's a home run or nothing. Ernie Banks leading 1-0 the top half of the first. Mickey Mantle against Ernie Banks on Home Run Derby. Hops one up. That'll be 2 away. A ground ball, a fly ball, anything but a home run is an out. Rounds one, hits the umpire, but it's also an out, so that's 3 away. Well, Ernie, you got 1.
Well, pretty lucky, Mart.
Were you leaning away from that one just a bit?
Well, no, that one was inside, and I was leaning in toward it, and I got a good wood on it.
Well, let's see what Mickey does now. That's a ground ball.
1 down.
It's 1 away. You watch Mickey play much, Ernie?
Yes, I seen him quite a bit during the World Series.
Another ground ball, 2 away. Last half of the first inning, Mickey Mantle, the defending champion at bat. Drills one, a line drive, and that's all. So 3 up and 3 down in the first inning, and the score at the end of 1 inning complete is Ernie Banks 1, Mickey Mantle nothing. Come on in, Mick. Well, you started off slowly again.
Yes, I sure did.
Well, there's plenty of time yet to go. Pop-up foul, 1 away. A ground ball, a fly ball, a foul ball, anything but a ball hit out of the park in fair territory is an out. There's 1 away in the top half of the second. And that's a strike. That's also an out. Head umpire Art Passarella calls the strikes. 2 away in the top of the second.
That makes you feel bad. I just feel like you just wasted one there.
A ball does not count. Ground ball, and that's 3 away. So Banks was scoreless here in the top half of the second inning. At the end of an inning and a half complete, it's Banks 1, Mantle nothing. Well, Ernie, they held you without any home runs in that inning, but there's still a long time to go, and you still lead by a score of 1-0.
Well, that particular inning there, Mark, I was a little nervous. I mean, I'm nervous, but I was trying too hard.
Well, let's see what Mickey does here now, the second inning.
One away.
Foul ball, 1 away. As the defending champion, Mantle gets to bat last and act as the home club. 1-0, Ernie Banks out in front. Ground ball, 2 outs. Mantle, you'll remember, fell behind Willie Mays last week, but he came strong in the late innings to win it by a score of 9-8. Ground ball, and that's all for Mickey in the second inning. Down in order, and the score at the end of 2 innings of play is Banks 1, Mickey Mantle nothing. Well, Mickey, that's 2 innings in a row without a home run. You better get going here now.
I know it, Mark. I'm still not as bad off as I was this time last week.
No, you're only down 1 home run. Let's see what Ernie does now in the top half of the third. Ernie Banks coming up, leading by a score of 1-0 at the end of 2 innings complete. Ernie, you'll notice, is a wrist hitter, very similar to the type of a hitter that Henry Aaron is. High pop-up, 1 away. Doesn't take too much of a stride, holds that bat right at the end. High fly ball into straightaway center.
2 out.
That'll be 2 out. Banks the batter. Ernie leading by a score of 1-0. High fly ball going back deep in the left field. It may go. It's going. It is Caught way back deep in left field for the third out. So that's all for Ernie Banks. 3 up and 3 down. And the score at the end of 2.5 innings of play is Banks 1, Mantle nothing. Ernie, sometimes those home runs are a little bit tough to come to, aren't they?
They certainly are, and that was a real bad inning. See, like I'm getting worse instead of better.
Well, let's see what happens to Mickey here now in the last half of the third. Mickey Mantle coming up. Ernie Banks leading by a score of 1-0. Banks got his home run in the top half of the first inning. Since that time, Ernie's gone 9 straight outs. Lines one foul down the left field line. 1 away. High fly ball way back. There she goes. Mantle, after 7 straight outs, gets his first homer. All tied up now, Ernie.
Yes, it is.
Mickey takes a longer stride than you do, doesn't he?
He certainly does, and he is very strong.
Ground ball, 2 away.
Outs.
Remember, 3 home runs in a row, a bonus of $500. High fly ball into right center field. This may go all the way. It's way back there, and that's all. But Mickey Mantle gets a home run here in the last half of the third to tie it up at the end of 3, 1-1. Now let's take time out for a moment. Back to home run derby and the top of the 4th inning. Mickey, you got good wood on that one.
Yeah, I finally hit one.
You're all tied up at 1-1. We're ready for Ernie Banks here in the top half of the 4th. This ballpark has been selected because it favors neither an American or a National League player. The fences are of equal distances, with no advantage to a right or a left-handed hitter.
Hey!
That's a strike, and that's an out. High fly ball going deep to left. It may go, it may not. It is up against the wall.
2 outs.
It's either a home run or nothing.
It liked about a foot, didn't it?
Just about a foot was all, Mick. Pop foul. And that's all for Banks here in the 4th inning. So Mickey Mantle getting ready to come up. Score all tied up at 1-1. Ernie, you hit one way back deep there and just lacked about a foot.
Yeah, just a little short. I got a lot of zeros there, Mark.
Foul ball, 1 out. That's one record you don't want to tie or beat. One out, last half of the 4th. We're all tied up at 1-1. High fly ball into left field. That's 2 away. Mantle takes a much longer stride than does Banks. Drills one. There she goes. And it is gone over the left field wall. And Mickey Mantle out in front now by a score of 2-1 here in the last half of the 4th. High fly ball. It may go. Drilled way back and caught way back deep in left field for the 3rd out. So Mantle picks up a home run here in the last half of the 4th inning, and the score at the end of 4 complete, Mantle 2, Banks 1. Well, Mickey, this is a new experience for you being out in front.
Sure is, Mark.
Pop up. Look out, Mickey.
I think we're all right.
Well, that's good. High fly ball drilled deep to left center. It may go. It is up against the wall for an out. Ball was well tagged.
He sure had some tough luck today.
Line drive down the left field line, and it is, well, it's a fair ball, but it's an out because it didn't go over the wall. So that's all for Banks, and the score, Mantle 2, Banks 1. Well, Ernie, as Mickey said, you've been having some tough luck.
Well, so far, but 2 or 3 more innings to go.
Line drive belted down the left field line. Maybe fair, maybe foul. It's a fair ball for a home run. Just on the line, pulled right down to the 340-foot mark. And now Mantle out in front of Banks by a score of 3 home runs to 1. Ground ball.
1 away.
That looked like a low pitch, didn't it, Ernie?
Yeah, that was real low.
High fly ball drilled. She's going into orbit and gone over the left field wall. 4-1 ball game with Mantle out in front. Foul ball.
That's 2 outs.
So with 2 away here in the last half of the 5th inning, Mantle out in front by a score of 4 home runs to 1. High fly ball into left field. It's way back there, and it is in the ballpark for an out. So that's all in the 5th inning. Mantle picked up 2 home runs, and now Mickey Mantle leads Ernie Banks by a score of 4-1. Well, Mickey, after a slow start, you've had 4 home runs here in the last 3 innings.
Well, it's sure, that first one that time was sure close.
Right on the line. High fly ball to left. That may go. Nope, in the ballpark.
1 away.
And there's 1 away. Ernie Banks with that short stride, a wrist hitter. Pop up.
2 outs.
2 away. Another pop up.
3 outs.
And that's all. 3 up and 3 down in the 6th inning, and the score of the ball game at the end of 5½ innings of play. Mantle 4, Banks 1. Here comes Mickey at bat, the last half of the 6th inning, leading by 4 home runs to 1. Mantle digs a good toe hold. The defending champion each time will be the home ball club. He'll bat last. These are batting practice pitchers. They're there to throw the ball over the plate. Pop-up foul, 1 away.
That's what I've been doing all day. Pop it up.
Pop fly ball into short right, 2 away. Those 2 that you hit up against the fence, if they'd been pulled a little bit more, it'd been a 4-3 ball game. Two away, the last half of the 6th inning. Mickey Mantle, the batter. It's 4-1, Mantle out in front of Banks.
3 outs.
And that's another pop-up, and that's 3 away. So the score of the ball game at the end of 6 innings complete is Mickey Mantle 4, Ernie Banks 1. Now let's take time out for a moment.
Classic.
Back to Home Run Derby and the top of the 7th inning. How do you feel now, Mickey?
Mark, I can't forget last week when I was behind like this.
Well, let's see what Ernie can do here now in the top half of the 7th inning. Trailing by 3 home runs, it's 4-1. A fellow like Banks can get hot at any time, can't he?
He's got to be a real clutch player. He wouldn't get 140 RBIs every year. You know that?
Yes, I do. Pop-up.
1 away.
That'd be a home run in an elevator shaft. 1 away. Another pop-up, 2 outs. Seems to be swinging a bit late.
Well, his timing's probably not down real good. I know he can hit a lot better than that. He's liable to get it the next inning, too. Or yet this inning for that.
You know, that's the wonderful thing about baseball. The game's never over till that last man is out. High fly ball going way back deep. Goodbye. She's gone, and it's a 4-2 ball game. You were prophetic there when you said, yet this inning.
I was afraid of it.
Line drive,
3 outs.
and that's all. So Banks picks up a home run here in the top half of the 7th inning. Now at the end of 6½ innings of play to score. Mickey Mantle 4, Ernie Banks 2. Ernie, you finally broke your streak after 20 consecutive outs and now trail by only 2. You've got 2 more innings to go.
Well, I hope they're good than the ones that I had there, the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Well, let's see what happens as Mickey Mantle comes up now, the last half of the 7th inning, leading by 2 home runs, 4-2, Mantle out in front of Ernie Banks. High fly ball drilled back deep in the left field. Goodbye. And it's a 5-2 ball game. First ball hit here in the last half of the seventh inning. Mantle puts it out of the park. Foul ball.
1 out.
1 out. Mickey looked a little bit mad at himself for swinging at that one. Ground ball, 2 away. Mantle got a home run in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 1 here in the seventh inning. Remember, 3 in a row worth a bonus of $500. High fly ball to left field. This could go. It's way back there, and she is caught.
3 outs.
That was almost gone. And that's all of the seventh inning for Mantle. Picked up a home run, and now leads Banks by a score of 5 home runs to 2. Mickey, the one you hit pretty good.
Yes, I did, Mark, finally.
Well, let's see what can happen now in the top half of the eighth inning. Ernie Banks coming up, trailing by 3. 5-2, Mickey Mantle out in front. Ernie looks determined now, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the way you felt against Mays?
I'll tell you, I'm just about as nervous now as I was against Mays when I was behind.
High fly ball to left field. This could carry. It is caught. Out in left field for 1 out. Got under that one a bit too much.
Yeah, it's a little high, a little bit of a bad ball, I think.
Pop up.
2 outs.
2 away.
I think that's one of the toughest things you have to do is lay off the bad pitches in here, you know?
It's tough to do it any time, isn't it?
It is for me.
Line drive down the left field line. It may be fair. It may be foul. It's a foul ball.
3 outs.
And that's all in the eighth inning. With Mantle coming up to bat in the last half of the eighth inning, the score, Mickey Mantle 5, Ernie Banks 2. Well, Ernie, you're coming down to that last time at bat, so you're going to have to really get hot in the ninth inning.
I certainly am, and I had a tough break there on that foul ball. I really needed that one.
Well, let's see what Mickey does now in the last half of the eighth inning. Mantle leading 5 home runs to 2. High pop-up, 1 away. The greatest home run hitters in Major League Baseball every week on Home Run Derby. And 2 of the greatest here today.
2
Pop
outs.
up. That's 2 away. Mickey a little bit unhappy with himself for that one. High fly ball to straightaway center field. That's not going to carry, and that's all in the eighth inning. And Mantle goes for the goose egg and the score of the ball game at the end of 8 complete. Mickey Mantle 5, Ernie Banks 2. Well, you know, Mickey, you're out in front 5 home runs to 2, but anybody who can win the National League Most Valuable Player Award 2 years in a row can't be counted out.
Well, he's led the league in home runs a couple times, too. That's what worries me.
Well, let's see what happens here. The top half of the ninth inning with the score 5-2. Mickey Mantle out in front. Ernie Banks coming up for his last time at bat.
That's what's hard to do, stand there and take that ball like that for me.
Ground ball, 1 away.
If he hit that one up there, it'd have been gone.
Ball had a good sound to it.
Yeah.
High fly ball, there it goes. She is gone over the left field wall. It's 5-3. Banks trails by only 2. Top of the ninth inning. Over his head. You tell that boy to brush him back.
I don't know. He threw to it me a while ago when I hit a home run.
High pop-up.
2 outs.
That'll be 2 away. 5-3. Mantle out in front. Banks batting. A line drive in the left field, and that's the ball game.
3 outs.
With Mickey Mantle winning it by a score of 5-3, and that fence-busting Mickey Mantle wins his second in a row, will now go up against another Major League ball player. 5-3, the final score. We'll be back in just a moment to meet each ball player.
Why did I buy an Isuzu Rodeo?
Small, you were a fine competitor, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you very soon on Home Run Derby. Meanwhile, accept this check for $1,000 with our congratulations.
Thank you very much, and good luck to you, Mickey.
Thank you, Ernie.
Well, Mickey, with this check for $2,000, that makes $4,000 in all that you've won on Home Run Derby. Congratulations to you for winning.
Thank you, Mark.
Now, next week, you're going to meet a pretty tough competitor by the name of Jackie Jensen.
Well, I'll be ready for him.
I know you will be. Good luck. Meet us again at home plate next week when Mickey Mantle will meet Jackie Jensen in another exciting contest on Home Run Derby.
Home Run Derby is produced with multiple cameras, the players' interviews being recorded simultaneously with the contest.